What is up, DTube Steam blockchain? So Elsie KJ made a video called Tackling Bots with DTube, and it had a question. In the video, she asked a question to me, and it was a very great video. You should go watch it. So it was basically about this topic of tackling bots with DTube, and I'm very thankful for this question. With this new blockchain coming now, Avalon blockchain and DTube launching on July the 1st, and observing the game theory on the Steam, no, not on Steam blockchain, but on DTube, how people are interacting with it with this new DTC token, and how you already can see right now how people are trying to do sneaky tricks to get more DTC tokens. Either they upload just they're trying like super petty things, like just upload porn and maybe have some referral links in the description of the video, or they just take random YouTubers videos and try to reward milk that way by doing some circle jerk thing. Now, I'm very happy about this question because when I came into Steam early 2018, one of the first videos I did to try to sort of understand this Steam thing was Grumpy Cat. I thanked Grumpy Cat for fighting against bots on Steam blockchain. And back then it was like, just because I came in late to the Steam ecosystem, I couldn't really do that much about bots because I didn't have that much tokens. But now it's going to be very interesting because I'm actually one of the top DTC whales. So that means I actually have more influence to sort of moderate and sort of see what I can do and how you can tackle bots the best way with DTube. And it's really, really interesting. So the way I look at it is the best way of doing it is just the way I sort of tried to do it with Steam in 2018 and 2019, and that is empower truly dedicated people, which is video creators from my perspective. Empower people that truly care and that has proven that they care by being very, very engaged. It doesn't have to be that they're just doing videos, but many times I feel that to empower video creators, it seems like a pretty smart idea, because it seems like they in general care more about the ecosystem than people that are like less invested. So I would say that truly if you can get these DTC tokens in people that truly hold them and truly believe in DTC and DTube, and there are daily content creators, I think that they are gonna really take care of the ecosystem amazing, and they are more people, they have more tokens, and they have more interest to make or they have more incentive to make it so DTube runs properly and that everything looks good and clean and that tokens really goes to people that deserve it. A lot of these people that are getting these tokens now, they're finally getting properly rewarded on DTube. They have seen the horrors being on Steam for 2 or 3 years. They have seen the abuse, they have seen the horrors, how stuff can go if people do not care about the ecosystem. So I truly believe that most people have kind of learned their lesson, and I sort of feel that these spammers, first, I don't think they're that many, but obviously behaviors can change if DTC becomes worth a lot. So it becomes a lot about studying how people behave on DTC, who truly care, who makes more content, who holds their tokens, and who moderates. It's going to be really interesting to see if like regular people, if they can show just a little bit sometimes that they actually care and that they both use the downvote function and the upvote function to just have some level of proof of care to see that that they care about the ecosystem and that they're not just like what you want to do is you want to have people do more stuff for the ecosystem. You want them to have more buy-in to the ecosystem. You don't just want them to post a link to you know, you can post a link obviously on DTube and just like not care about the ecosystem at all. But eventually you want people to care more and do more for the ecosystem, and you want them to see that it actually is a benefit to them, that it actually makes so the token value goes up. So I think we get it down still pretty well. It's like you just need a few more people. Like when DTube goes live, you just want maybe just a few more people that use the moderate functions, to use the downvote function and to use the upvote function if they have a lot of DTC tokens. And I sort of feel that they will kind of do, I think they're going to do it naturally, especially when they see the value of their DTC coins, and especially if they see like a price rise and they see price go up, they probably want that to stay nice and high, and then they want a clean ecosystem. And I feel that with these spammers, most of the times they're pretty lazy, right? So even if they get some easy DTC coins, they're probably not going to hold them. Because they're probably in it to make a quick profit, a quick buck. So probably what would happen is they would try to dump the value or dump the tokens as quickly as possible. And that even gives an opportunity for people that are more long-term dedicated to DTube, like real content creators or curators, to get some cheap coins and to buy in over a longer period of time, so they can constantly increase their influence. While if people want to spam and kind of mess around, they have to buy tokens, like just because they're not going to start with that many DTC tokens, so they can try to do some sneaky stuff to try to get some quick tokens. But a lot of content creators that are whales in this ecosystem, they're probably going to detect it pretty fast. And since they can do videos now and call out stuff much faster than, for example, what happened maybe on Steam. I mean, with video, you can call out problems much quicker, and usually stuff gets solved much faster. So if a content creator gets upset about something, they can do a video, just like I'm doing now. Now I'm doing a video response to this about tackling bots with DTube. So to spam on DTube, it's like long-term wise, like sure, you can probably make some quick profits maybe in the beginning, but eventually, just because people are intelligent, like with game theory, like people, if someone tries to cheat the system, like other people adjust to it, and they, people make adjustments. So if some cheater finds something that works for a couple of days or weeks, most of the times, game theory wise, other people start to adjust to that or start to complain if something is super unfair. And then the cheater that tries to do some sneaky thing, usually that no longer works, right? And DTube is a very interesting ecosystem because the people that are using DTube, they're kind of intelligent. So I think they're gonna make pretty clever decisions that are quite rational about how they behave with their DTC coins and how they moderate the ecosystem. So and I think that the community is pretty strong also, that if some quick thing needs to be done, I think they can reach out to other people fairly fast and get something done. So yeah, I think that it's going to be interesting, right? It's going to be very interesting. It may be chaotic the first couple of weeks or the first couple of months, but then I think people are going to kind of settle down a little bit and see what kind of role they have in this ecosystem. A little bit of moderate, a little bit of curation, a little bit of sometimes doing some new videos. I think that's really fine. So, I mean, worst case scenario, I mean, even when I try to look at it from worst case scenarios, I don't really see, I mean, studying the testnet and how it's been running fairly decent, I think we can do this. I think we can do this. So yeah, I think you can tackle this. Other things you can also do, of course, if bots or something like that becomes a huge problem, I want to invest more in computing power and maybe have separate accounts with DTCs that just are for that, for bot problems and so on. But it all comes down to how people behaving and using DTube. And yeah, as I said, I mean, it may be a few chaotic few weeks, but I think eventually you can kind of sort most of the stuff out. So Yeah, so that's what I wanted to talk a little bit about today. So thanks LCKJ for the question, and yeah, have a great day, everyone.